news at 6 tonight. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk shot and killed during an event on a college campus in Utah. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Michael Brownlee. Tonight, the manhunt for his killer continues after a person of interest was released from custody. This as the governor of Utah described Kirk's murder as a political assassination.
That shooting at Utah Valley University happened just before noon our time. Kirk, who had just answered a question about mass shootings, was rushed away as thousands of people who had gathered to see him speak quickly scattered.
Now, this photo here shows the distance between where Charlie Kirk was speaking and the shooter's alleged location, just hundreds of feet away.
Now, we know not everyone is familiar with the name Charlie Kirk. 31 years old, he was a right-wing activist and founder of Turning Point USA. It's a nonprofit that advocates for conservative policies and politics on school campuses. Charlie Kirk was also a well-known supporter of President Trump.
NBC4's Conan Nolan is here. He leads our coverage tonight. Conan?
That's right. Charlie Kirk was one of the most influential conservative activists of his time, particularly among young men. He often said he enjoyed the most engaging with progressives on college campuses, which is what he was doing today when an assassin took his life. The event was similar to those he has held on college campuses around the nation, including recently at USC and UC Riverside. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old conservative activist, author, and popular podcaster, had been answering a question from a student, part of a crowd of thousands at Utah Valley University just north of Provo, when there was weapons fire.
He was actually just talking about mass shootings, too, which is crazy. And as soon as he got done answering the question, we heard a loud pop.
Shots have been fired. There's gunshots. Run, run, run.
Students began fleeing the outdoor amphitheater. Kirk had been shot in the neck.
We saw him fall backward, blood shooting out of his neck, hit the floor, and we just had to bolt it out of there.
There was blood all over his shoulder and on his left shoulder, and that is pretty devastating.
The shooter apparently escaped and is still at large, according to police. Kirk was rushed to the hospital, where he was listed in critical condition initially. President Donald Trump posting later that he was dead.
I'm still shaking, and I'm still crying. I love Charlie Kirk. He's awesome.
Charlie Kirk was the CEO and co-founder of the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA. His calling card to visit college campuses and engage with students in what often became contentious debates on politics and social issues. Among his fans, the 13-year-old son of Governor Gavin Newsom, who this year had Kirk on his own podcast.
There's no opposition. There's no activist spark.
The governor on X today. The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. Kirk had become wildly popular among young men in particular. His Get Out the Vote effort in key battleground states, such as Michigan, cited for helping his ally Donald Trump win the 2024 election.
To whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. This is a political assassination.
That news conference a little disjointed. At one time, the governor said that they're looking for the shooter. Another time, the head of the FBI, Kash Patel, texted out they had a suspect in custody. They still don't have. They brought two people in, apparently, but neither, apparently, is the one they're looking for.
And surprising where it happened, because this is a very conservative community there.
It is, although, you know, you can make the argument that's where one might target him. If you wanted to commit this kind of bloodshed, this kind of tragedy for a political movement, you do it on a place where you don't expect it. So we don't have the motive, obviously, but it was, you know, I think the governor's probably accurate. It was political in nature.
Would you consider him a sort of breath of fresh air for the MAGA movement because he was willing to talk to progressives and those on the other side of the aisle?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
He was very conservative. He talked about the stop the steal. He believed that the election in 2020 was stolen, and he was very conservative. But to your point, He loved engaging with Democrats and progressives. He talked about the importance of spirited debate, that we're all Americans. We can agree to disagree, and we're supposed to disagree. We're supposed to have this competition of ideas. And that's what he represented on those college campuses. I should point out that there are a lot of people that didn't want him on that campus today. 1,000 people signed a petition, but the university said he's got a First Amendment right, and it's a good thing to engage on a college campus particularly.
All right, Conan,
thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you. We want to bring in Robert Kovacik, who is tracking the shockwaves right here at home.
And Robert, we're talking about college campuses. We know he also visited USC's campus in March.
And not just USC, Colleen and Michael, you know, this is what Charlie Kirk did. He was murdered on a college campus today. Charlie Kirk would go to college campuses and debate students there, try to engage them in conversations. And before he went to Utah, he had actually just finished a roundup of California colleges and universities. We're talking Long Beach in May, as well as Riverside in May. Then in March, he was at Cal State Northridge, as well as USC. And throughout this afternoon, what we've had an opportunity to do is to speak with Republican Party leaders, those who knew Charlie Kirk, those who are today are remembering Charlie Kirk, those leaders from the San Fernando Valley, from Orange County, and from here in LA County, remembering the impact that he had not just on students, the impact he had on the party, as well as the impact his murder will have and his legacy moving forward.
People adored him, learned from him, and were strengthened in their convictions. And also, number two, for the most part, not always, but usually, his style and his skill evoked a politeness from people in crowds who didn't adore him. And I think those are 2 points that are a lasting legacy that an evil act cannot snuff out.
Such a kind man. He met people where they were. He let anybody talk to them, and he took his time with each and every one of them. There is not a mean bone in that man's body. And for him to be murdered in cold blood like this, just beyond words. It's hard for me to talk.
The chair of the Los Angeles County Republican Party, remembering when Charlie Kirk was here in March speaking to students at USC and his reaction to those who were not happy he was coming to their campus.
Well, it was that of a cheerful conservative warrior of like, hey, that's the irony of a university that charges people $80,000, $90,000 a year to be a community of inquiry, and you can't handle a speaker who just talks. And he joyfully took on all comers and was polite. And those of us who are conservative, who live behind the blue curtain, as I call it, here in Los Angeles, too many of us are silent because we are afraid not of being actually slaughtered, but of being harmed. Our business is being harmed. I was an actor. That doesn't go well with being an outspoken conservative. People are scared to put bumper stickers on their car or even fly American flags in front of their houses.
And that is why Roxanne Hogue asked to meet us today at an undisclosed location. Now, when it comes to the legacy of Charlie Kirk, Michael and Colleen, there are Turning Point USA chapters on campuses throughout the country, including here in Southern California. Turning Point USA, in the words of Charlie Kirk, who created it, is to show the left-leaning students there is another side, and the purpose of the organization, again, in his words, is to balance the scales. Live here in North Hollywood, I'm Robert Kovacik. Let's go back to you.
All right, Robert, thank you. Now, in the aftermath of Kirk's death, a local event tonight featuring another conservative political commentator has been pushed back. Ben Shapiro was scheduled to appear at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley. That event has now been postponed. Our coverage of Charlie Kirk and his death continues online. Coming up on the NBC4 News at 7, NBC4's law enforcement analyst, Dr. Errol Southers, will join us live. We're also posting updates on the shooting investigation on our website, NBCLA.com.